Hello everyone, this is Candy the 614 Stitcher, and today is Tuesday, June the 18th, 2024, and this is my Flosstube episode 122. I would like to say hello and welcome to any and all new subscribers. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to enable you with a project or two, and to my returning friends and subscribers, thank you so very much for returning each and every time that I do upload a video. I would like to say thank you for all of your well wishes to going to StitchCon. I had a fabulous time. As I always say, Miss Barbara knows how to throw a fantastic party. And that is exactly what it feels like each year that I do attend StitchCon. I will try to insert pictures. I really did stay in the moment and did not get a lot of pictures, so if I find some pictures, I'll be popping them in where I can. I had a fabulous table of ladies. I sat with Athena, who is Athena X Stitches and Stitching Goddess Designs. I sat with Bobby of Pumpkin Creek Primitives. I sat with Carolyn of Czook Stitch. I sat with Miss Deb, who makes an appearance once a month on the Sunshine Stitchers, and I sat with Ymir Almond M&Ms. We had a fabulous time. I know everyone that sat at the table. Me and Miss Deb, this is our second time being at a retreat together, so it was good to get caught up with her and get to stitch and go out to dinner. We went out to dinner, we laughed and talked, and it was great. We had a fabulous time. I look forward to going to StitchCon. So when you are meeting with your friends and meeting new people, it always is an exciting time, and so it was really great to have that experience. Because there have already been so many StitchCon recap videos, that's about the most recap you'll get from me. I came back with a head cold that had me down for 2.5 days. And then it has been one thing after another, and that's why I'm just now getting to record a updated Flosstube from June the 4th, if you can believe that. The month is again flying by, and it's just unbelievable. The next retreat that I'll be going to is Stitch, New Jersey, and it's in 3 weeks. So it is just boom, 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 racing right through the summer. I needed to slow down a little bit so that I can enjoy some of the great weather. So I also, last Thursday, which was December the 13th, which was my younger middle son's birthday, I was interviewed by the December Stitches, the ladies over at December Stitches, on their Instagram live, and I would like to thank them for the opportunity to do that. I had a great time. It was about an hour, and we talked about some of everything from the count of fabric that I stitch on to what my favorite animal is, besides dogs and turtles and frogs. And so it was a very good time. If you have not had a chance to check that out, please go over to December Stitches on Instagram, and you can still view that interview. They will be having another one. They have an interview with a stitcher where they do those live, and so be paying attention to their Instagram page to see who will be up next. Okay, so now let's get into what I have been stitching on for the past let's see, today is the 18th, so the past 14 days. Phew, it's been a lot. So, of course, I went to StitchCon, and I showed you that I had done some pre-stitching. So, in preparation, sorry, I'm getting my basket because I didn't move it before I started the video. That I had done some pre-stitching so that I would have the ability to sit and talk. This is my basket that I keep my stitching in. After I stitch on it, I put it in a basket so that I can know where everything is. And so that's what you just saw. I hope that you all are staying hydrated and checking on the seniors in the community. We have hit a really high point in the summer already. It was, so far today, it was 93 degrees. We actually have a heat index advisory all the way through till Friday. They issued it yesterday. So please, please, please hydrate and check on the seniors or elderly in your communities to make sure that they are doing okay with this weather. That's just my little PSA. I am drinking water. I was introduced to essential water, and I love it. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep up with it, but I love it. It actually tastes good to me, so I am drinking water. While I was at StitchCon, I had a new start, and my new start was for the month of Pride, and it is Love is Love by Jan Hicks Creates. I started this on the 8th, and I have a very small start on it so far. I started at the very top with the L, and the first, it's the first line down of the black. That is 50 stitches. Sorry, I've got a gnat. And I am stitching this on a 40 count color and cotton 10 Smith. I am using the called for DMC colorway, and I will be putting some more stitches into that this month. For those of you that are new to my channel, I like to have a new start that has 200 stitches in it at least. Because I started at StitchCon, I did not have the ability to get the 200 stitches in, and I have consequently been under the weather, and then I had company come in out of state, so it's just been a little bit harder for me to get my 200 stitches in this time, but I will work on it until I get my 200 stitches in. So that is Love is Love by Jan Hicks Creates. I also have not turned on my air conditioner, even though it is 93 degrees outside. I will definitely be turning it on tonight. It is too hot and humid for Albert to, and I'm not turning it on for me, as you hear. I'm turning it on for Albert. It is very humid inside the house, and he is very uncomfortable, and so I am going to get it turned on for him, and hopefully he will be a little bit more comforted in the days ahead. I had a second start also since I've seen you last, and it is by JBW Designs, who was also at StitchCon. It was good to see her again. and I am stitching out of the Christmas Ornament Limited Edition booklet, and this booklet was 2020, and I'm stitching trees inside in a tree. It's called Tree in a Tree, Trees in a Tree, and I have 104 stitches in this. So this, if you recall, when I went to Stitch North, I worked on this tree here, and so I just came over, made a good spacing, and started the next tree. This is on a 25 count potato Lugana, and I put it in 104 stitches. And I will keep working on this this month. Hopefully I will get it finished this month. If not, I will definitely be getting it finished in July. So that is where I am with that. For the tree greens, I am using monkey grass. And for the red, I am using candied apple. So those were my two new starts since I've seen you last. And now we're going to go ahead on and look at my whips that I worked on. Again, I did some pre-stitching for the whips that I took with me to StitchCon. I'll also be showing you the whips that I worked on since coming back home. And the first whip was, I worked on Current Mood. And I actually worked on this at StitchCon. And here's a picture of what it looked like before I started working on it again. And here is where I am now. So as you can see, I have started the umbrella. I have the outline of the umbrella completely in. And I have the hair of the lady here put in. I added 251 stitches to this project. I am stitching this with a variation of different purple threads on a 28 count periwinkle by Color and Cotton. That's a better representation of the color. Each one of the threads of the rain coming down will be in a different purple thread. I will also be using this, no. I don't know what I was getting ready to say, but. So that is where it is now. And I think I'm going to put this away now that I have put in, you know, over the two, I've put in a good amount of stitches. I'll just be able to pull it out for whenever I need to pull something again for P or current or C, or, you know, I think I've put in a lot of work in it, and I'm going to be changing it up. I was trying to think, did I meet my goal for it? Because I know it was, yeah, I actually just did not have a goal for this month. I simply took it with me to StitchCon because I knew I could get in some good work with the rain coming down, because it's just counting down. So it will be going away for a while now. Okay, and that is in the Just Cross Stitch magazine. the spring edition. The next whip that I worked on was, I'm sorry, I'm like, why do my notes say one thing but my bags are stacked up a different way? Okay, I worked on Home of a Needleworker, which for the magazine monthly acrostic is the letter F, or the letter L, I'm sorry, for Little House Needleworks. And let me find, here's the cover picture. And here's a picture of where it was when I last worked on it. And here is where it is now. I added 418 stitches to this project while I was at StitchCon. I added some of the roof. I added the outline here. There's actually 2 different colors of roof. One single line and then that white. I added the blue, and I came down here and added the blue around the first window on top of what I added for the roof. So that was 418 stitches. I will be working on this some more this month. It is on my year of whips, and I want to get in some good work on it. I have made an executive decision. I will be taking out this border here and not putting it in at all on the top or the bottom. I don't really think it needs it, to be honest with you. I think a lot of these earlier patterns and charts, they put in borders to fill spaces, and depending on how I plan on finishing it, I don't need that space filler. So that is where it is now. I will be working on this some more this month. Again, I have very good fill-in stitching, and I actually need, for a game that I'm involved in, I play Candyland with a group of friends, and I need 100 stitches by tomorrow, so I will probably pick this up and put in 100 stitches really quick, because I have already met the 400 stitch goal for this month. I've put in 527 stitches this month on this project, but I need to keep moving forward with it because I still have a lot of house to put in. I am stitching this on a 28 count vanilla cream by Atomic Ranch Fabrics, and I am using the called for overdyes and DMCs. My next whip that I worked on at StitchCon was Beautiful Things by Lindy Stitches. If you recall, this was my Mental Health May piece, and I did some outline stitching so that I would be able to work on it at StitchCon. And here's a picture of where it was when I last worked on it. And here is where it is now. I filled in this flower portion here. I filled in this leaf, and I started filling in this other leaf up here. As it turns out, I am stitching this on a 18 count Mystic Fabrics. And when I was stitching on it, I couldn't figure out why the stitches look so different. And I thought, oh, I'll be able to get away with it. But now, and I'm still going to get away with it because I'm not taking it out. The fabric name is Diversity. It is by Mystic Fabrics. I am a 1 thread on 18 count stitcher. And when I started jibber jabbering at StitchCon, I put 2 threads in that needle and stitched. And you can tell. You can see here it is a little bit more sparse than it is, and here in the leaf it's a little bit more sparse here, but I am leaving it. Yeah, I'm not taking it out. I'm not taking it out. I think in the grand scheme of things, it'll be fine. It doesn't bother me at all. So, and you know, once you can't, I mean, it's mine. I'll love it anyway. But that's where it's going to be at because I'm not taking it out. That's a whole lot of stitches. I stitched 206 stitches on this at StitchCon, and I'm just not. I actually did pretty good at StitchCon with stitching this time. I know I watched Carolyn's video, and she was saying that she didn't do very well at all, but she did get in some stitches, so you know, it just wasn't a whole lot like she's used to, but I had a fabulous stitching time. My next whip was The River by Modern Folk Embroidery. And if you recall, I am doing this section here only. And here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it. And here is where it is now. I am so very pleased with my progress. This is my Whip Go project that was a subscriber choice for this month. So thank you all so very much. I have added 422 stitches to this project so far. I worked on, seems like I've worked on this a couple of times this month, and so it's like, where did I work on this at? But I believe the whole basket, I mean the whole urn is new. I am stitching this on a 14 count Evil Queen by Be Stitch Me, and I am using DMC Blanc. And I am loving it. It is going to be a nice, I'm actually considering that this will be a framed piece. It has another, this is on my Year of Whips also, so I will be putting some work into it, some more work into it. It has another, so this side I need to match the sides going over. And to be honest with you, if I do that, I think I'm going to leave it, because there's actually another, I need to fill in this part also. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So once I fill in the urn, there are, like, this side needs to match, the sides need to match. So I need to add this flower and then come up and add this flower. And I think once I do that, I'm going to be finished with it, and I'll show you why. There are actually 2 flowers hanging off of the urn here, but I don't think that I need those. I think it looks great without that. And I think once I put this side in and finish the urn, then I'll bring it back and see what you all think of it. But I think I can do without those 2 hanging down flowers. I really do. So what do you all think? Do you think I could do without those 2 hanging down flowers? I think I could, but it might be up for debate maybe. But that is where I am now with it, and I am loving it on this fabric. I will have a nice piece left over. And so I think I would be able to leave those 2 flowers off and continue and have another finish on my year of whips. Okay, so that was the river, and I've put in a total of 422 stitches on this project. I need to get another 280 for my 700, but I am well on my way. This month and next month, I'm going to be continuing with my whip goals. I usually try to do it within the month. I'm going to keep working on it, and hopefully I'll, still make my whip go 700 stitch goal in this month for both of those projects, but we'll see. My next project is also my whip go for this month. It was chosen by Miss Dina of Half Stitch Cross Stitch, and it is 1 Dozen Quakers by Rosewood Manor. And if you recall, I am working on this large motif right here. And here is a picture of where it was when I last worked on it. And here is where I have gotten to now. I am literally at the bottom of the page. For here, I was super ecstatic and thought that I had a page finish, but I don't. Well, I take that back. I think I do have a page finish, but I should really have 2 page finishes. Yes, so if I would have, I am really close to a page, to a 2-page finish, to a 2-page, not easy for me to say, I'm really close on a page finish times 2, okay. So this is literally the bottom of the page for section 2 of this motif. And then there's just a little bit of a motif here, and that would give me a complete page finish without the over 1 stitching, which I am saving. Because remember, I called my choice on whether I could get the over 1 in. I am stitching this on a 46 count with different purple threads. I also need to, in order to, so page number 1 is not finished because I forgot these 2 little And there 3, 4, there's like 10 stitches on each side, so I need to put in 20 stitches in order to have 2 page finishes. Well, this page should be finished, and then I need to come over here and put in part of May's stitching, because I just started this and that's where I have been stitching at. If that made any sense whatsoever, because I'm like blah 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 blah. But there is where it is right now. I am super excited about having that middle motif down to the page break, because it is such a large motif. I will be continuing to work on it. I still have 100 stitches that I need to get in for the 700 stitch count. So I will be working on that. This is on a 46 count Color and Cotton limited edition. And I am loving it. Loving, 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 loving it. Did I tell you? Oh, I put in 65 stitches, so I still have 100 stitches left to go for the Whip Go goal. Speaking of Whip Go, I got to see Jessie Marie again. It's always so good to see her. We've been to a couple of retreats together, and I will be seeing her again in July, so it'll be great to see her once again. Okay, so the next whip that I worked on was Prince's birthday was on June the 7th, which I was at StitchCon. I did not work on, I did not take Purple Rain with me to StitchCon this year. I had enough, I felt like I had enough projects where I didn't need to take Purple Rain with me, and I didn't need to be distracted while trying to do it. So here is a picture. I need to get a better picture of Purple Rain, but here is what it will look like someday. And here's a picture of where it was when I last worked on it. And I will show you. So here is where it is. And here I have taken the advice of my friend Christine and gone in and started filling in some of the spaces. So you can see up here at the top, there were blank spaces, and I've now filled those in. And then because I really needed to finish up my Whip Go for May, it was Christine's call in May for Purple Rain, and I still had 114 stitches left to get in for it. I put in 301 stitches, and I filled in some a different shade of purple here. I brought this down some, and I put in quite a few ninja stitches across. I will, going forward for a little time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in ninja stitches and then work across as I can fill in big chunks of color, because I still want to fill this in and come down as I'm working this, because I need to get to some different colors. And I believe I have a whole lot still left to go on this purple, but you can see that lighter purple is up in here. That is this that I've filled in. So I'll keep bringing it down because there's a lot of chunks of color in that one part right there. So that is where it is now. I am at 8.59% complete. You will be seeing Purple Rain quite a bit beginning at the end of the month all the way through to July. Every year since I have worked on this project, I have participated in Tour de France stitching, and I usually do the green jersey, whichever one is like 1,000, 1,200 stitches. And so I will be working that again this year. And I'm hoping that like I can get some big chunks of color in or fill in a lot of these ninja stitches during Tour de France. So we'll see. This fabric was dyed by my friend EJ, and the threads were donated by Miss Joy Lisa. And I am loving it. It'll be great to see a good chunk of progress with the 1,200 stitches. I need to sign up for Tour de France and figure out what jersey I'm going to ride for this year. And my final whip this time is my Temperature Turtles. And this is by Stitching Mommy. And I don't have a picture of where it was before because I started on the June turtle. And here he is. I worked on this for this past Sunday and put in 166 stitches, which is his head, flipper, and the start of his body. I will be working on him for the next couple of Sundays, trying to get him completed in June. I am loving the fact that I'm staying on track. This temperature charting has been very wonderful. Not as many stitches as what was in Temperature Butterfly, but you know how I felt about Temperature Butterfly. I loved it. So, but it is not as much stitching, so it's enabling me to stay caught up. Even though I missed 2 Sundays so far, but this is my Sunday stitch project, and I'll be working on it all day this coming Sunday and the following Sunday. And then, you know, I do have to carry over into the next month because, you know, June, you know, because of the end of the month, it's not like I can get it done in the month that it's due. So I'm keeping up with it, and that's the main thing. You know, I don't want to fall behind. I don't want to let it go. So I need to stay with it. I need it to stay my Sunday stitch so that I can work on it every Sunday. I am stitching this on a 32 count Whimsical by Bestitch Me, and I am using a sulky conversion that I came up with for the temperatures of Columbus, Ohio. And that, my friends, is all the stitching for the past 14 days. There were 3 days in there. There have been 3 days that I haven't stitched, including yesterday and today. Again, it is very important for me when I have company come in from out of town to spend good quality time. I have, he's like an uncle. He came in, and he, from Florida, he asked me about my stitching all the time because he was very intrigued by it. and we got to sit and visit and hang out, and it was really great spending time with him. And so I am going to so let me, for the past 1622 plus, for the past 14 days I've put in 2,514 stitches. Oh, plus, so I've actually put in 2,680 stitches for the past 14 days, which is pretty good. StitchCon and being sick for a couple of days threw me behind, but it's okay. I'm gonna tell you what my plans are now in case you do not want to stick around. I have a pretty large haul segment or investment section. I have gifts from, I have gifts from StitchCon that I am still going to show, because I believe it is important to acknowledge gifts that you are given when you are given them. And even though my video is very late on the StitchCon recap, I think it's important that I share with you some of the things that I did get. So my plans for this upcoming week, even though it is Tuesday, tomorrow is Juneteenth, and I will be celebrating with a group of ladies. I will be stitching on Data Portraits in Paris 1900 for my Juneteenth stitch. It is very important to me that I stitch on a chart by African-American designer tomorrow. And so I will be stitching on Shaded Stitchery's Data Portraits in Paris tomorrow for Juneteenth. I will then also be picking up my 1 dozen Quakers at some point this weekend to get in those last 100 stitches. I also need to work on putting in some stitches for Christmas Elf Fairy. It is the F for the acrostic magazine monthly acrostic float. So I still need to put in 200 stitches for that. And I would also like to put in, I'm missing a project, but it'll be shown next time because I'm not going to look for it right now. I also need to add in some stitches for Twisted Band Sampler. It was Lynn X Stitches Creates Whipco call, and I have not completed the Whipco for it yet. And it is the T in float, so I will be working on that also in the coming week. So I thank you all so very much for always coming back, being so supportive and kind to me. I love your comments. I do read them. This past time, the comments kind of got away from me because I recorded the day before I left for StitchCon. Then when I was at StitchCon, I didn't check for the notifications, and so I have hearted them all and read them all, and I thank you so very much. Please remember, if you have any questions, I am always open to answering questions. My email address is always in the description box below. If you have a question that you don't want to put on the YouTube channel, you can always send me an email. I am trying to be better about checking that email address on a more regular basis. So if you are not interested in sticking around for the investments portion, I thank you so very much again, and I will see you next time. So I am going to pack this up, and I will be right back because I'm going to bring the investments over next, okay? Okay, I'm back. First, I'm going to do this one first so that I can sit it back behind me again because it's taking up a lot of space. And I decided not to open it until I could share it with you all. This year, they, the Keepsakes team did the basket giveaways a little differently, which I really enjoyed. You got to choose what bucket or basket you wanted to put your tickets in, and I really liked the way that change was handled. And so I won a basket at Weekend A, and it is from the Melinda, who is a friend of mine also, and she is the Keepsakes social media guru. So a lot of the pictures that you see on Instagram and or Facebook, Melinda has taken those and has uploaded them. And so I won her basket at Weekend A. And I'm sorry for all the crinkling. And so inside the basket, okay, let me move this, because Lord knows. The other day I spilled a cup of coffee on my table and I thought I was going to lose my mind. So the first thing it has in it is it's from Raw Beeswax Twin Spring Farms, and this is the name of Miss Barbara's farm. So it's a little house. It's a waxer. And then there is a Burt's Bee. So it has cuticle cream. Oh, let me just take it out. Which I need this because I work in my garden. This is a bee themed basket, and I do work. Oh, I have been in this year. I have been in the mode of getting my yard back in some type of order after letting it go last year. And so there's a little Burt's Bee hand. So it has cotton gloves. It has cuticle cream. It has almond and milk hand cream. And then it has hand cream repair, which I am going to put this in my stitchy box that I take with me everywhere. So that is nice. I can get my hands all nice and soft after working in my yard before I start working on my cross stitching. And then there's this cute little bee kind. Which I'm going to hang up because it is bee season here. And then Mr. Joe, who is Miss Barbara's husband, if you don't know that, has a bee. He keeps bees. And so this is the first time I'm so excited that I get to taste some of his honey. I love honey. And so this will be the first time that I've gotten to try his honey, and so it's a whole jar of honey. Oh, and then there's a chart. It is a honey of a tiny town, and a pair of scissors. Those are beautiful. Those are beautiful. And all of the over-dyed threads for the chart. So now all I need is fabric. And Lord knows I've got enough fabric. Oh, this is wonderful. All of the over-dyes. Well, yeah, I think. Yes, all of them. The Classic Color Works and the Weeks Dye Works, all of them. Oh, this is wonderful. Melinda, thank you so very much. I love it. And as soon as I can get some fabric together, I will be putting this in my starting lineup. I actually have a start date in mind already because I need to start a small for the New Jersey retreat that I'm going on, and this will be perfect for that. So thank you so very much. The basket drawing this year was just wonderful. So now I'm going to get all of this put back in here, and then I can put these up. And I do like bees. I have a pollinator garden, so I make sure that I have all things that bees and butterflies and hummingbirds, and so that would be perfect. Okay, so I was roommates with Carolyn Zook, and she brought me, I did a project and I finished it, and it said Shell Yeah, and so she found towels that say Shell Yeah on them. So I'll be putting those up in my beach themed bathroom. Thank you. She also found me some butterfly socks. She knows that I am a mint chocolate lover, so she bought me a whole package of Andes, which I love these things. Now I can, I've shown them, I can partake. A floss winder, and this nifty little gadget she brought me. It is to put on the side of the table when you are stitching, so it will hold your cup and any little stitching notions. And she brought this to me, and it goes on, so I'll be taking this with me on my trip. I can't take everything, like I don't know what I'm gonna do, but so it clamps on, and then you can clamp it on the table. So this is a great gift. We already talked about it, and I was just like, thank you, thank you, thank you, because I'm always trying to find more space at the table. And you know, when you are a stitcher, you kind of encroach on other people's space, and this will at least give me a way to not encroach so much on on another person. So that was from Carolyn. And then as I go through, I'm sure I'll find, Miss Deb also gave me a gift, and I'm sure I'll find it. It's in here. Miss Deb, Stitches of Heritage, came by my table to say hello, and she had made for me a coffee mug with my name on it, and it says love, and it has a needle. And to be honest with you, I believe this is going to be my next tattoo. I already have a tattoo place in mind, and I believe I'm going to take this down and have them have this tattooed on my arm. So thank you so very much, Miss Deb. I so very much appreciate you. Okay. So now I'm going to, there's some other gifts in my Stitch Kind of bag, but let me go through this bag first so that so I can move it so it doesn't fall next. And I picked up some fabric, as of course I would pick up some fabric. This is from the Annex. Oh, let me go through this first. This was Stitchy Kindness from my friend Janet Jabber. She sent this to me, and it is Look for the Beauty in Everything, which will more than likely be a new start for me in May next year. And then, as many of you may know, I collect Rosewood Manor charts, and she had this and decided that she was not going to stitch it. I don't know that I'm going to stitch it, but I will definitely put it in my collection. I don't know if I will ever get all of, Karen is a prolific designer, so I don't know that I will ever get caught up to all of the charts that she has designed, but I am in the hunt, and you will see that coming up, because I have people that they go to the freebie table, they come back, I end up with another Rosewood Manor chart. So I picked up a 40 count Forbidden Fiber Co. I'm sorry, 46 count Forbidden Fiber Co. It is called Bristol, and it is Babbling Brook. Yeah, that's about the color. So that's 46 count, and that is by Forbidden Fiber Co. I picked up another, my fabric choice is 46 count. I like 25 count over 1. I like 46 count. I stitch on anything and everything from 14 count up to 46 count, and I even have a piece of 56 count, but right now my go-to has been 46. This is a 46 by Atomic Ranch, and it is called Golden Harvest. Yeah, that's about right. The one thing about 46 count fabric is you don't need a whole lot of it. Even though I did get a fat quarter of it, I can do a couple of different projects on it. And this is the last one. It is Mellow Stone, and it is just a nice neutral. It does have a little bit of a peachy undertone to it though. So then in the annex, so those all came from the annex. I stopped over at the shop on Wednesday before our StitchCon started, and I picked up that piece of fabric that I stitched Love is Love on. And the chart Love is Love actually came from Pumpkin Creek Primitives. Bobby is always listed in the description box below, along with Athena, Stitching Goddess Designs, for the t-shirts that I normally wear of hers. And there might be a couple of others. I randomly put designers and shops in my description box when I'm talking about a different designer. Bobby and Athena are always in there though. I picked up a cute. It is by Cricklewood Crossings project bag, and it is a tiny small project bag, but I have smalls. But it has the state and Ohio and tomatoes and ladybugs, and so it is super cute. Nice little zipper pull also with the state of Ohio on it. Just great bag. Nice for my smalls. And I did pick up a couple of charts, and if I have duplicates of the charts that I pick up, I will be eventually doing giveaways. I not only will I be doing giveaways, I am going to set up, or not set up, I will start selling some of the charts that I have. There are things that I know I have in my collection that I'm not going to stitch, and there are people out there that could be stitching what I have just sitting and not being utilized. So going forward, I'll be offering some things up for giveaways and or selling them on the Facebook group. I can't think of what the name of it is right now, but that's where we'll go with that. So I picked up for another one of my Christmas stitching, which I will be doing some Christmas stitching in July. I picked up Doodles Christmas by Heart and Hand. I love Miss Cecilia, and so I love these charts. So I'll be working on that starting in July. I picked up It Is Well by Sweet Wing Studios. This is one of my favorite hymns, and so I will be stitching this up. Another Sweet Wing Studio. It has flowers and butterflies, and it is called Harvest Butterflies. And I have my window open, so I apologize if you can hear that. This is one of those long and skinnies. So it's 167 wide by 28 high on a 32 count. So Harvest Butterflies. I have been looking at this chart and I finally just pulled the trigger at StitchCon and was like, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet and just, I don't know that I'm going to stitch it completely like it's charted, but it is Snowman 2024. I have been eyeing this chart ever since it came out, and just, I'm like, do I need one more snowman chart? Like, really? But then, yes, why not? So I picked this up. Then I stumbled across the Rosewood Manor trunk show and picked up a few things. And this is Stay Close. And between the motifs and the saying, I really love this. It says, stay close to friends who feel like sunshine. And that speaks to me. So this could also potentially be a May start for next year. Then I picked up, and I saw this chart, and I cannot think of who picked this up, and I was like, okay, I need to go get that. But it's called Loving Star, and the verse is, perhaps they are not stars in the sky, but rather openings where our loved ones shine down to let us know they are happy. And there's a rest in peace on here that I probably would not put on it. I have several people that I have lost, not lost, they are not lost, that are in heaven, and so this speaks wonders to me about them, and so that is what it looks like. And so it's a great memorial piece. I picked up Dreaming of Daisies. I also have Dreaming of Irises, which I want to start. I like, I may not stitch this whole chart, but I have a friend, Janet Jabber actually did this. Excuse me, she did the stitching, the sunflower one, and she stitched pieces and parts of the chart. And so like these little motifs that symbolize mums, I think would make great smalls also. So I picked that up to add to my collection because you know I'm collecting them all. And then I picked up, which I don't know how this got by me on, how this did not make it on my radar, but I picked up a Birmingham Girls sampler, and this is a memorial sampler for the Birmingham little girls that were killed in the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing, and I will be starting this for sampler September. I'm going to, this was a freebie by Bent Creek. It was at the register, and I will maybe start this for stitching in July. I'm trying to see, oh, it's 49 by 26. They did stitch it on a 20 count fabric, so I could stitch it on a 40, and it would be the same size. Lots of long stitches, so it wouldn't be bad to stitch. It says, oh, model stitched on 20 count natural linen over 2 threads using 1 strand of DMC Pearl Cotton number 5. Stitch it big or stitch it small. Oh, so I might do that, because I have some Pearl Cottons, some number 5 Pearl Cottons, and I could stitch it over 2 on a 40. Maybe I'd stitch it over 4 on a 40 count. Okay, we'll worry about that later. So again, my friend Carolyn Zook went to the freebie table, and bless her heart, she brought me back Baltimore Rose wedding sampler. So I don't know if she was trying to tell me that I need to stitch this for her or something, but Carolyn, you got anything you want to tell us? She's gonna kill me. Okay, so this will be added to my collection. I know I do not have this. There are some that I know that I have duplicates of, but I know that one is for sure I do not have. And then this one says Elegant Memories, book and bag. So this would be the book you would use at your wedding. So you could use this book at your wedding for your wedding sampler. Okay, she's going to kill me. And then I also, she also gifted me this alphabet script, different font book. You know, she is all into the fonts right now with her stitching, and so I guess she wanted to share the wealth. So I'll be adding these to my collection. Okay, so that was what I purchased at the Annex. And now I'm going to show you what some gifts were that I received. I have Jessie Marie. I do WIPGO, and Jessie Marie had WIPGO needle minders made, and I was super ecstatic to get one. I was like, yes! And so, because I have really been, I love WIPGO, so I was super excited to have this, to get this from her. So, I have a WIPGO needle minder. It'll just go right there. Then my friend Becky Parker made me, she decoupaged, and this is how you know that your friends get you. She is an African-American woman dressed to the nines with her little dog, which would be me and my dog. And she decoupaged this on a piece of wood, which is beautiful. And the floss that she gave me, which is 10 yards, is called Best Friends. And I will be, this is by Farmhouse Flossies and such. And they are on Facebook. I don't know if that is, it's not. But this is going to have to be utilized somewhere, either in Current Mood or, Current Mood or 1 Dozen Quakers, because that is beautiful. It's got some teal in it. It's got some light lavender. It's got some darker purple in it. It is beautiful. Thank you so very much, Becky. I love it. Okay. So then my friend Andrea made me a scissor fob with my name on it that I can use for those new scissors, purple beads and all. Oh, I did get some more stuff. Okay, so Carolyn also brought me, they are for card holders, for project cards. She also brought me Give Me a Friend by Rosewood Manor. Another Rosewood Manor Nostalgia. And I think that's 4. It's either 4 or 9. Happiness Sampler by Rosewood Manor. And Grape Harvest by Rosewood Manor. So she brought me some more Rosewood Manor charts. She brought those from home. She also gifted me 2 Nerges, which these are the sizes that I use. This is perfect for me. And this beautiful embroidered notebook that I'll be keeping my notes in. It's beautiful. Thank you. And then I purchased at the, so I love these little bags for smalls also, and I purchased one from Keepsakes. These were not in the annex, they were actually at the store. And this was one of the things that I purchased when I went to the store before StitchCon started. And I love these little mesh bags. I'm going to get them in some different colors also. Carolyn also bought me Colorado Cross Stitcher Snowman Collector, because one more snowman. And this little gift for me to teach my granddaughter how to cross stitch. And then I received a little bag from my friend Athena. Okay. Just a little bit more to go. I know this is a longer video. Okay, so it all dumped out. So I got a beautiful sticker for Miss Minnie, all X's. And I'm going to look and see. Because she also had made, oh, my eyeglass case I've been looking for. Okay, so I'm just going to go through this and see. Miss Jan, the finisher at Keepsakes, made me a scissor case. And it had her little business card in it. Carolyn gave out little bags with her card on it and her sticker. So I'm going to put that in my calendar for spending time together at StitchCon. A needle minder from Jamie Santiago. Oh, Miss AJ, the quilting pot, made these beautiful scissor fobs or bag zipper pulls for your bags. It's beautiful. Colleen, Rebel Stitcher, gave us these plastic, we were shooting these at each other across the table. They're rubber chickens. They're great for if you need a stress relief. I'll be using that for work. My friend Miss Gina, slamming the screen door, made me this beautiful scissor fob. I'm gonna start putting these on my project bags because I have a lot of scissors. More, someone handed me a whole little tin or little glass jar of little baby M&Ms. This was our Ort holder from the StitchCon crew. I received a little frog zipper pull. That's from Miss Kathy. I know that's who that's from. And then a counting pen. And it was stuck on something, but all my stuff seemed to have dumped over in my bag. I received a whole bottle jar of buttons, which is going to come in handy because I'm going to start finishing my stuff. I say that all the time, but. And then Crazy Band Lady Zan, this beautiful butterfly. I guess I could take it out. Some cute, beautiful butterfly. It's a moth butterfly. I was trying to find so I received lots of, these are from JBW Designs. She likes a good bird. I also received, there was a, Miss Minnie had, I'm trying to find it too, Miss Minnie, I really am. She had needle minders made with her picture on it, and I cannot find mine. I was gifted a purple stand that I will be taking with me. It'll go in my retreat bag, and it'll just be going with me from now on. Catherine, the absent-minded stitcher. People know me. You know, they walk right up. Here's your purple. Here's your purple. Here's a nice little tie from Mary Lang and April Skipper with their information on it. A nail file from Carolyn. I'm really upset that I cannot find. But it is got to be in here somewhere. I had this cute little Smile More. So I don't know what happened to Miss Minnie's. But I'm gonna find it, and then I'll show it in my next floss tube, because I had it. She gifted me a needle minder that is similar to her sticker, and now I can't find it, but I will. It's got to be here. So, and that, my friends, is everything. Everything that I've received. There was a nice little notebook in the bag that we received. This bag is huge. They up their bag game every year. It is huge. It even has the little back for when you put it over, when you need to put it over your luggage. It has a zipper pocket on the outside. Let me make sure I didn't put anything in there. It is wonderful. And so this year's bag was stuff that I'm looking for. Was also great. Every year they up their bag game, and I so appreciate it because I am a big bag person. So the bigger the bag, the more I like it. So I thank you also very much for your attention to my investments portion. I thank you again for all of your support. It means so very much to me. With that, I will bid you a very good night, and I will see you next time. Bye.